Howdy, vigilant travelers. I reckon you've heard about these forest fires that'll pop up around Grand Canyon from time to time. Today, we're talking about these fiery critters, why they're a part of life, how to keep them at bay or to avoid them, and what to do if they rain on your parade.
Welcome to the Grand Canyon, the wildest escapade this side of the Mississippi. I'm the Canyon Cowboy, a time traveler from the early 1900s, and somehow got wrangled up in this labyrinth of modernity. But fret not, for me and my trusty steed Jackpot are fixing to orchestrate an experience of a lifetime for you. So cinch up those saddles and get ready for a wild ride. In this neck of the woods, we reckon Arizona's got 5 seasons. Winter, spring, fire, monsoon, and fall. And from April to June, you can bet your spurs on clear blue skies during the day and sparkling starry skies at night. But hold on to your Stetsons, because here comes the spoiler. Fire. Fire is intricately woven into the very fabric of life in Grand Canyon country, for the canyon is snuggled against the world's grandest ponderosa pine forest. Once upon a yesteryear, fire was nature's maestro of tidiness, burning low and often. But when European settlers rode in, they took to quenching every flicker in sight. This led to jungly forests, and when fire finally did come, it transformed into what they call a crown fire, where the flames creep up to the very tops of the trees, scorching all in its wake.
Now, before we hit the trail, allow me to introduce my trusty steed, Jackpot. Whoa, steady now. We'll settle up in just a sec. As I was saying, we'd be much obliged if you give this video a hearty thumbs up and subscribe for more adventures. And if you're bound for these here parts, peruse GrandCanyonPosse.com for all of your travel needs. We got transportation, guided excursions, itineraries, accommodations, and the best grub around these parts. Join the posse and let's make indelible memories. Now where was I? Right. Let's giddy up. Woo! When talk turns to fire around the Grand Canyon, the warm fire, as it was called, of Ot 6 takes center stage.
It inscribed its story on over 20,000 acres near the North Rim, a poignant testament to the significance of why a flourishing forest must embrace fire as an integral part of its existence. Those scars from the fire still paint a vivid picture on the journey between Jacob Lake and the North Rim's gateway. The blaze left plenty of room for aspen to pop up, as they grow and multiply way faster than the ponderosa pine. Nature's own game of one-upmanship. But fret not, partner. In more recent chapters, we put on our thinking hats and commenced reintroducing fire through carefully orchestrated, prescribed burns.
Fire is paramount for both the Colorado and Kaibab Plateau ecosystems. Tending to animal abodes, recycling nutrients, and spurring on plant diversity.
At Grand Canyon National Park, the fire maestros aim to deftly straddle the line between land preservation and human safety. The Kaibab National Forest echoes this notion, actively tending to restore the historic fire dance. Over the years, an unnatural buffet of vegetation has upped the fire ante, putting the forest well-being at stake. Thinning activities and prescribed burns are today's answers to rejuvenating the land.
Now, if you're moseying on through the region during fire season, it would be savvy to stay abreast of the situation. Fires can rope off roads you're intending to travel on, even shut down the whole park.
But don't let it ruffle your feathers too much. More often than not, they're just a pesky varmint, blocking views and painting the skies smoky. For the latest on weather, fires, and park news, hitch your wagon to the links in the video description below. Being in the know might just save you from a hiccup in your Grand Canyon escapade.
Now, fire restrictions loom large in these parts when conditions are dry, limiting what you can and can't do with the campfire. Ignore those, and you might be facing a formidable deputy with a badge.
Restrictions come in 3 stages. In stage 1, fires are a no-go. The one exception, designated campgrounds with their cozy concrete or metal fire pits. But you can use contraptions adorned with nifty on-off switches throughout the forest, such as the trusty propane stove. Transitioning to stage 2, where they draw the curtain on campsite fires too, so no open fire whatsoever, anywhere. But you can still camp and use them contrivances boasting on-off switches. And then the grand finale, stage 3, closures, wherein the forest becomes a no-go zone, evicting all and prohibiting entry. These decrees can oscillate back and forth, just like the unpredictable course of a dust devil.
It's a flamenco with the flames, and the regulations do a pirouette, like a cowboy on a jittery Mustang. It's almost as unpredictable as trying to lasso a tumbleweed in a gusty wind. So when it comes to fires, follow the dance steps. Whether it's the 2-step or the cha-cha-cha, nature dictates the rhythm.
A staggering 95% of blazes in the northern Arizona frontier are ignited by fellow humans, often stemming from unattended or negligently extinguished campfires. Wrangling these fiery culprits requires a finesse akin to breaking a wild stallion. It's a delicate art. Picture this. The Wallow Fire, an inferno that etched its tail across 540,000 acres in eastern Arizona, had its genesis in an ill-treated campfire. The miscreants behind this fiery fiasco were handed a hefty restitution tab of 3.7 million buckaroos. So to avoid such an infamous reputation yourself, here's how to snuff out those flames properly. Drown it like a thirsty tumbleweed with plenty of water, blend the ashes with soil and stir it up, and confirm everything's cooler than a cucumber to the touch before moseying off into that sunset. Remember, in the dance between fire and man, it's crucial to lead with sure-footed steps, avoiding a fiery hoedown.
Well, I sure hope you feel better prepared to face those fires now. And if you ever need more travel wisdom, GrandCanyonPosse.com is your one-stop shop. I mean, we got deals galore, from lodging, tours, to hardy grub, and itineraries. It is the best way to wrangle in your Grand Canyon adventure. So, until next time, I will see you on down the trail, my friend.